All right. What's going on, Optimus? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday, Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Uh, and market's been kind of on rip since last night about 8:30, and it's pretty much just been steady grinding on the way up ever since. So no pullbacks really, pretty much since last night. So for about 12 hours straight, it's just been going up. It does look like it's about to trend reverse toward the downside. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's go ahead and pull up the charts on the stream here. Sorry, I made it trail off all weird. I was trying to do something else at the same time. So here we are, up on ye old charts. And like I said, we've pretty much been on rip since last night at about 8:30. This is on the 1 minute chart here. And it's kind of starting to peter out there up the top. About 41.35 seems to be the highs. We've got this triple top up here. And so this to me looks like we're approaching towards a pullback down towards the volume weighted average price. And if we take a look at the 20-second chart, we can actually see that the 200 moving average has been working its way up towards that crossover. Currently, 200 moving average, or sorry, 50 moving average is at 33.75. Well, the 200 is at 27.94. They're still pretty diverged. Still about $5 away from each other. And when I first checked in the market, it was on this pullback down here. So we did get another rip off that. All right, so game plan for the day. Pretty much we had a bad day on Tuesday, and that bad day on Tuesday eliminated the vast majority of our gains that we had pulled together from last week and Monday. And our account had peaked at $50,750, and we lost about $1,400. That put us in the red on the account on Tuesday, and that was $1,400 after being up $250 almost. So it ended up being about $1,350 at the end of it all. I remember after the fees and everything like that, it's about $1,350. We worked our way back from that on Wednesday and Thursday. And so today, the intention really is to start off slow, get a couple of wins under our belt, put together a cushion, and then go from there. It looks to be pretty strong resistance at this zone here. It's like 41.35 zone. I know it's hit 36 a couple of times, but 35 seems to be sort of the area, if you will. As you guys know, I don't look for a specific price necessarily to be support and resistance. I'm usually looking for an area of support and resistance. That looks like an ascending wedge right there, sort of. So I'm going to look for like momentum kind of moves like this. When it's already up here at the top, it's a little challenging. So we did break out of that area. So we could continue to grind up even further, but it does look very grindy on the day. So I'm might be going for like 3 tick days, like 3 tick today. What up, Tiny? You see this morning? So I honestly would prefer this to actually fall down some and put together maybe something like this. Just because I'm trying to look for something that's a little bit more trend reversally. So this 1 minute actually had a pretty nice trend reverse. So it was on the chart there at that time. So I might be looking for a pullback to like 36, maybe 36 and a quarter. Like that to me looks like an ascending wedge, but this could just continue to rip. I guess it's more of a channel.
Order filled.
Join the bid there at 37 and a quarter. I'm going to look for a move up to 38. Let's tap in our sell order. Struggling at 38. There it is. All right, starting the day up $69 because we only took 2 contracts on that. How you been this morning, Tiny? Taking any trades yet? I've got honey on the side of my glass. That's why I just licked my mug. That is smart thinking, because that's what got me on Tuesday. Was being too tired. Like trading while I'm tired, like I can do it, and I've done it plenty of times and been profitable at it plenty of times. But it always feels like way sketchier. It's more challenging to be recognizing. It's more challengeable. Oh my gosh, it's more challenging to recognize and balance your emotions in the moment. We got through it. We made the sentence happen. Nice rip. It would have been nice to go in that with a little bit heavier size on this trade here. Let's measure this on the 22nd chart. Very bullish day. ES is up $65. I don't know what's driving this market to be up this high, because at the same time, like, I know we had some labor market stuff that was positive. But outside of that, it really wasn't even labor market. It was the what was it? It was the job openings. It was a couple of days ago. Let's see. We had the U.S. employment report. No data on this yet. Came out at 5:30, so it's almost 2 hours now. Still no data. We have the U.S. employment rate, hourly wages, year over year, and then we got Fed President Bullard speaking as well. And then also consumer credit. Consumer credit doesn't happen, though, until about noon today. The forecast is 16.8 billion. Hopefully consumer credit spending went down. I know consumer spending has been down across the board. And I think that if consumer spending continues to drop, it will be bad for the economy in terms of actually GDP growth and like job growth and other things like that. So in essence, it's bad when people stop spending, but it's also good if people are not being strapped for cash. So being balanced in the moment has been my. I was actually looking for a quote on balance today, um, and I was gonna put up that Bruce Lee quote where he's like talks about water. You put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. And water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Yeah. I think trading, like even if you're a person who is a very balanced person, who's like calm all the time, I think trading will test that. Like just the constant like having to figure out whether or not you're right or wrong. I think trading will absolutely test somebody's ability to manage their emotions pretty dramatically actually. So it's kind of beginning to fall down some. Getting this little pop on the 20-second chart. Good range on that. 5 ticks available. So I want to see this actually pull back to about 37.75 maybe, and then bounce off that. But doesn't look like it's gonna. It looks like it's just gonna pop up. Okay, so that one closed as a yellow. 9 is getting above 12. I'm gonna go for 3 contracts here, and I'm gonna look for an entry right here, 38 and a quarter. No fill. I cut it because that doji there. Glad I cut that before we ended up on that drop. It's kind of sketchy here because we're trading on the back end of the move. I very much don't like trading on the backside of the move. We've done it successfully many times. Oh, where's my 1 minute chart? What? Man, let's switch this to a 1 minute chart. We've been trading. I've been looking at that like it's a 1 minute chart. Come on now. And this is on a 5. For some reason, the 1 minute. For some reason, the 1 minute vanished. So we just had the 20-second, and then the 3, and then the 5. So the 3 is on decline. 3 is at 7.0 though on the TTM. It's still pretty high. I don't know. Kind of feels like we're still bullish a little bit. It kind of looks like a head and shoulders to me. Would agree. And it feels like we're on approach for a trend reversal to the downside. That was a pretty steep decline off of 41.75, the high there. Pulling back about $5. $4, rather. So I'm tempted to take a long here for a bounce off the 50, but there's not enough confirmation for me yet to want to do that. $1.2 on the GTM. Okay, so I guess the bounce did work out. We'll try to get in here at 37.75.
Order filled.
All right, in at 37.75. My intended exit is 38.50, but that's only going to work out if this actually bounces. So I'm going to put this exit at 38, which would just be a single tick, but there's also less risk involved in it. Probably gonna have to cut this one. Not cutting it yet, just because we are still stacking up on CTM. But the moving averages are not in our favor at the moment. .5 on TTM, coming up to our entrance here. Reducing down to 38.25. Coming up to a lot of resistance at the entry that we had at 37.75. If this 9 gets above 12, then we should be good for a quick pop. But the TTM's barely stacking up. We even dojied on that 22nd one there. Just looking for a quick pop up. I'm going to try to get out of 38. It's just too long for me. A brief opportunity to get out there at 38.
Order filled.
There, we got out there at 38. Small profit on that. I don't think that was a good trade, even though we ended up green. I just don't think it was a good trade. This looks like a better trade here. This zone. Try to get in off 38.
Order filled.
Right, in at 38. I'm going to try to get out of 38.75. It's a 3-tick jump. So this, I'm taking this based off the 912 and 26 cross and the near cyan switch.
Order filled.
All right, we got that trade. That's 3 contracts at 3 ticks, up 201 on the day, and we officially broke the high of this account. Ripping up there to 39.75. So the high of this account was 50,749, and now we're at 50,840. Our trailing max is at 22.75. That's a nice pop there. So 840 divided by our 3,000 goal. So we are exactly 28% to goal. By the way, if y'all chilling, hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you, Tiny. I appreciate that. Oh, Tiny, there's this there's this this it's like an audio adventure or whatever. It's made by the RZA. And gosh, that's gonna bother me what the name is of that, but you might like it. I'll pull the name for it here real fast. He like made it for Tazo Tea, by the way. This thing called like Camp Zen. But it's all about like it's all about learning to create balance. Outside of that, it's also follows your journey on how to sort of set that priority in your own third eye. It's pretty interesting. I find it pretty interesting. It's called Guided Explorations by the RZA. Yeah, actually, this tea here is yogi as well. I also like Tazo and yogi as well. I think that a lot of the yogi teas that I've had, the tea actually tastes pretty fresh. It's kind of important. I didn't even realize it, but this pretty much bounced off that support level that we were putting together at like 36.25, 35 area when this bounce happened. Surprisingly, still pushing up. So what's going on the 1 minute chart? 1 minute's kind of cooling off some, like quite a lot actually. So I would not, or I feel like a move just like this move is likely inbound. We do have a flag there on all red candles. It looks like we're about to reverse on the TTM. So to me, that looks like a move down to about 36.25 or 37 or so. Yep, there's the drop. I'm gonna try to go short off 37.50 with a single contract. I don't know if it'll pop back up that much, but in fact, I don't actually like that trade idea. The reason why I don't like that trade idea is because a lot of the times I've seen this happen where this will like drop and then immediately rip when it's close to this downward cross. So I've seen that happen actually quite a lot. And so I decided to not take that trade. Luckily, I got out right before it filled. So gotta be quick with the mouse, you know what I mean? We'll see if this finds support here off this 35. If it does, I'll consider going long again. But it really does look to me like this trend reverse is inbound. 200 moving average is at 33.32 and 50 is at 37.68. Divergence is about $4. 4.30. Still a pretty reasonable amount of divergence on the upside. TTM on the 1 minute chart has moved to negative 0.4. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm going to jump over to the 3 minute chart and see what the jam is. 3 minutes still at 5.3 on the TTM. It really does look like it's kind of near the highs area. And when I say that, like, I feel like it's kind of near the high of the day. And that's, I don't really know that it's going to go much more than that. 39.25, or rather 40 area is the sort of line in the sand. There's that short playing out. The one that we initially were looking at. Originally, I wanted to take a short down to the 35. It looks like it's probably going to drop all the way down to the 50, but one minute side, 9 is getting below 12. On approach for a 12.26 downward cross. I'm going to put a short there for a single contract, by the way. At 37.25. Nah, it doesn't look like I'm going to get that. 50 moving average is now at 37.44. New candle dropping it down 8 cents. 20-second or 200 moving average is at 33.69. And we'll see what the new candle brings. There's a yellow candle there. I don't feel comfortable going long, even if this does pop back up to 38. I don't feel comfortable really going long on this. Just because it actually does look like this is going to trend reverse. We say that 37.50 would have been a really good short, actually. $33.92 and $37.10 on the 5200 cross. 1 minute putting in the yellow candle. So 1 minute putting in the yellow looks better than the red, or than the 20-second putting in the yellow. It's popping up to 37.50. Going slow on my trading. Only have 201. There's about 5 seconds left in this candle. It's a nice bounce off the EMA 35. The last one closed at 1.1, and then this one opened at 1.0 on TTM. Okay, so I know what I'm going to be looking for next. Let's see if it takes place. What I'm going to be looking for is a cyan switch on the 20-second chart. If that happens, or if we get close to that, I'll take another trade like what we took before. TTM's at 0.2. 9's above 12 now. So this looks decent for a like a 3-tick trade here. I was gonna try to get in on that little pullback, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So I'll just go for 37.25. I'm gonna try to get out at 38. Going for 37.75.
Order filled.
All right, we got that trade. I dropped it down from 38 just because when it came up and popped there at like right back down, it just sort of felt like it didn't have the buyer momentum that I wanted to see from it. And so even though I think it'll pop, the reason why I took that off is I was trying to be basically safe, and I'm cool with taking one less tick to stay green. So up to 67 in the account today. Counts at 906.01. Nice pop there. So I bet the 1 minute is actually putting in a real yellow candle. Yeah, 1 minute has 9 above 12. This looks like an ABCD pattern, so we could get a push here for the top. I'm going to go for 3, and I'm going to go for 5. Nines above 12. TTM's at 0.6 on the 1 minute chart. We'll order out at 38 and a quarter.
Order filled.
In at 38.50s, I bumped it up slightly. I'm going to try to get out at 39.75. So the intention of this is that this is going to come up and test highs. 9 is above 12 on the 1 minute chart. TTM is moving towards a cyan switch. I'm looking for 5 ticks with 3 contracts. This is pulling back slightly. Ooh, come on. Moment of truth here. This is a really important spot on this 1 minute candle. $20 seconds left in this candle. I'm also taking this based off the ABCD pattern that's formed. I am in this slightly preemptively on the because of the 912. I want this candle to close at least 38.50. It did. It closed up there at 38.75, which is great.
Order
All
filled.
right, there we go. We got that. It was 3 contracts, 5 ticks. So that puts us up $445.50 on the day. And the account is now at $1,084.51. This will probably continue to rip. I think this will probably test highs 1084.51 divided by 38,000. So we are 36% to goal on our account. There's a very good probability that this will test the high. You can see 9 is above 12, 12 is above 26, and a cyan switch. Those are all very great bullish signs. I don't think that I'm going to take any more trades at this particular moment because I personally need to cool off from that last trade and just from the couple of trades that I've taken. Currently here at 8 o'clock, top of the hour. This is what the chart looks like today. No losses, 5 wins. And we take a look at the week. We've taken 90 total trades. We've won 75 trades, which means we had 14 losses and 1 break even. Our day on Tuesday was not well managed in terms of risk management. And so that really did kind of hurt our overall profits on the week, but we did come back. We did end up profitable. Our accuracy is 83.38. That's a cool number. 8338. So accuracy up above 80%. This is pretty par for the course for my trading. Typically I'm like an 80-20 kind of guy. So that's where we're at. Average winning trade time, minute 2 seconds. Longest winning trade was 10 minutes. I guarantee you I was sweating through that one. Profits on the week. Total profit was $3,567.50. Total losses was $2,185. So about a $1,400 difference. But when you factor in $422 in fees, you get the 940.1 for the week. And let's take a look at the month overall. Month is the same information. Kind of petering out there, running into resistance at 40. What's up, Oliver? Good to see you here. Oh, dude, Ollie, you passed your Apex yesterday? Hell yeah, man. Dude, that's so sick. In my other my other streaming app, we've got like, confetti type things where it's like, yeah. But good job, Oliver. That is not an easy feat, so you should feel very proud of yourself. If you start trading live on Monday, man, I would take the weekend and just meditate and be balanced or celebrate or whatever it is that makes you feel great for trading on Monday. Speaking of Monday, let's take a look and see what next week holds. Monday, we've got wholesale inventories, and we've got Fed Senior Loan Survey. So Monday's kind of light on reports. After that, Tuesday is, what does that say? NFIB Optimism Index. Well, we already know that the optimism index inside of optimistic futures is 1,000%. So, so I don't know how this is going to affect. But Wednesday, on the other hand, Wednesday is going to be a big report day. So watch out for a lot of volatility next Wednesday because we do got CPI data, and that does usually move markets pretty heavily. And then Thursday, we've got PPI data and jobless claims as well. So look for some volatility on Wednesday, Thursday, and we got the import and consumer sentiment. This one's a big one too. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, look for a fair amount of volatility next week. Let's go ahead and jump on back in to yield charts. There is the beginning of the trend reversal that we've been talking about. It took a while. The 5,200 cross are on approach, so probably get some shorting opportunities now. This was a very nice rejection off of 40, worked all the way down to 32. So it's a 32 tick move down there. It's coming back some. This bounced pretty well off of 32. So from 32 up to 35, good 12 ticks. But this really does look like it's on that approach for that downward cross. I guess the 5,200 cross, I guess, is slang is called golden cross or death cross. I had no idea. I've heard those terms, but I had no idea they were referring to the 5,200. This is coming back reasonably well. It sort of looks like a little ascending wedge on its own. Just this little tiny wedge here. Could also be a flag, though. Looks more like a wedge to me. I'm still learning that pattern, though. So right now, I'm basically been working on identifying them. And so I kind of feel like identifying patterns is like identifying like mushroom foraging, where it's like, you got this one that looks very similar to this one. This one will kill you. That one will taste delicious in a nice pasta. And so I kind of feel like trading sometimes is kind of like that. If anybody's ever done any mushroom foraging out there, but yeah, it kind of looks like it a lot of times to me because you got these things that one pattern that looks like one thing and it actually ends up being another. 50 is now at 37.05 and 200 at 36, so only diverged about $1. New candle bringing it from to 37.03 and 36.03, so almost exactly $1. On the 1 minute side, this is more like a bounce off the 50 moving average. 1 minute's actually getting a cyan switch here. I don't really know what I can trust though after that kind of drop. It really does look like we're going to trend reverse to the down. I think we might pop before we drop. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. All right. TTM on 3 minutes at 1.9. I feel like I have like a frog in my throat or something today. Better not be getting sick. Three minutes also on approach for this 1226 cross on the down. So I might be looking at like 8:30 for a trend reversal. It's about 15-20 minutes from now, closer to 15. Well, exactly 15, but so I think that around 8:30 or so, probably earlier, like 8:25 or even 8:20, we may get a downward move, like a pretty reasonably sized downward move. I'm watching for that short opportunity. This right here is a little long op. I think we're gonna get one more pop, but that pop I don't see it getting above like 38.50 or 39. I could be wrong. This could just rip up and test the highs, but it really does look like we're on approach for downward. 37.05 on the 50 and 36.18 on the 200 moving average. On the 20-second chart, 9 is above 12 on the 26 cross, and approaching a crossover of the 50 as well. Falling down some. No short yet, but I'm waiting on it. 37.07. It might not play out, but it looks like it's going to. Right now, I'm still a little on the fence, but I'm leaning towards bearish. You get a red dot there on the. I almost took this short right here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Should have taken it. I'm gonna try to get in. Yeah, I'm going to take that there.
Order filled.
In short at 35.75 in 3 contracts. So I'm going to look for a move down to 34.50. That'll be 5 ticks on 3 contracts. 9 is dipping below 12. 1 tick away from fill.
Order filled.
There we go. We got that. That was 5 ticks to the downside. Up 624 on the day. Now account is at 1263.01. I'm getting more comfortable with shorting. For the longest, even like recently, like even a month ago, I felt a lot less comfortable with shorting than I do now. And basically all I'm doing is taking my exact strategy and flipping it on its head, and then trying to just be comfortable with riding the wave in both directions. This looks like it's going to continue to fall. We might get a pull up though to like 37 or 36. I would say 36 or 35.75, 35.50 area. Really like this zone right here by these moving averages. A little pop up to that and then a rip down. Maybe we won't even pop up. CTM looks more like it's going to drop. I'm going to throw a resistance level right here, or a support level right here at 32. Just because we bounced there off 32. And that drop did happen. That was another like 8-tick move down. Yeah, ask your questions. We're here for you. Have any of us been funded with Apex? One of our members was funded with Apex. Ed Art, he did earn his funding. He unfortunately lost it shortly thereafter. Myself, I actually didn't start using Apex till like a month ago. Before that, I was using Elite Trader funding, and I had not earned funding in anything. So just to be completely transparent, I've gotten very close. I've gotten like within $100 of earning funding, and then just overtraded or got excited or had really just had my emotions get in the way. So, which is embarrassing to say, but also true. And all that really matters is for me, like, is that I'm staying consistent with that honesty and that transparency. So that's what's up with that. The PA activation monthly fee is a little confusing. From what I've seen for the PA monthly fee, it's that it's $80 a month. That's what I've seen. But let's go ahead and pull up Apex on the screen. And maybe we can figure it all out together because I'm pretty sure it's $80 a month. It is too non-specific. Search for 80. That's for the eval resets. I didn't realize their evaluation resets had gone up. Paid/funded account fee. Here it is. It's $85 per month. And you can have up to 20 paid accounts maximum. So I believe it's $85 per account per month, as it says right there. So if you had 2 accounts, you'd be at $170, etc. Includes data, Ninja platform fee, or one-time fee options. I don't see what it says though about Tradeovate or TradingView. So they do have this lifetime option. Lifetime fee option applies only to new paid accounts after 12/15/22. Existing PA accounts before do not have the ability to switch over to a lifetime fee. We're not able to make any exceptions for that change, but any new paid accounts you have moving forward will have the option to choose between a monthly or lifetime fee on any new paid account. Note, once you choose a payment option for an individual paid account, it cannot be changed later. If you choose monthly, you cannot change or upgrade to a lifetime later on an individual paid account. So you basically need to make this decision at the time that you do it. And I don't know what it says about so here's the lifetime fees. Here's a 50K paid account activation. Lifetime fee is $140. So if you pay the $140, it would seem that you don't have to pay it anymore. Here's the fees for Tradeovate. Paid account Tradeovate activation account monthly fee. Paid account activation $105 for each month. So Tradeovate is $20 more per month at $105, or you can pay $160 one-time lifetime fee and not pay again. So really, this has value if you so it's only $55 more, to get access to this, depending on the account size, really. But based off your account size, this is the fees that you would pay. I'll drop this in the chat, this link here. That way, if anybody wants to grab that and peruse that information themselves, they can have that up on the screen. So, paid activation, trade event, activation account, monthly fee. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So, by the way, guys, if you guys are also trying to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out either Apex or Elite Trader Funding. I've been happy with both for different reasons. So personally, I'm working right now. The one I'm closest to earning funding on is the 50K on TradeEvate side, the 50K TradeEvate account. Excuse me. Okay, on Apex using TradeEvate. There you go. Ta-da! We did it. This is the one I'm closest to earning funding on, and there's a link in the description. You guys can actually get a lifetime discount. The amount off is always changing, but a lot of the ones that I've seen are typically 90% off for the first month and 80% off every month thereafter until you earn funding, and then it's the fees that we just talked about. But if you guys are trying to earn funding, not only would I appreciate it if you were to use my link in the description, because that will help to support the channel and help grow the channel. But you guys will get the discount. So you'll be winning. The channel will be winning. The community of Optimistic Futures will be winning. Everybody wins when you use the affiliate link that's in the account or in the description. So what I really like about Apex is they're very inexpensive in regards to a prop firm across the board. They allow you a larger trailing drawdown than most companies, and they allow you to take more contracts. That does, in my opinion, sort of create a little bit of a driver psychologically to trade a little bit more risky. But if you're aware of that, it's not a big issue. It's really not an issue at all, actually. Some people actually would probably find it more refreshing. And you can use it with TradingView or TradeEvate or Ninja Trader if you prefer. Ninja Trader is slightly less expensive. But these guys are awesome if it's all about like price and you know what you're doing and you don't need a ton of help. They do have pretty extensive FAQs, which is really useful. But as far as their customer service goes, in my opinion, it's kind of okay. And they don't have access on as many channels as some of the other prop firms out there. Having said that, it's basically email support and Facebook support. The other option that I really like and I've been really happy with is Elite Trader Funding. I've been really happy with these guys, especially because I find their website to be incredibly easy to navigate and use. They also have very extensive and very clear FAQs. One thing I really love about them is that, number one, they have very unique rate plans. So you can do like the diamond hands evaluation, which allows you to hold positions overnight and weekends. It's very uncommon. Then they have the traditional one step, just like Apex. They have the end of the day drawdowns like Top Step. Then they have fast tracks, which is kind of a standalone type thing where you can pay a much smaller fee, but you do have a time limit on how fast you can earn. Then they also have static accounts where they offer a larger static account than some of the other ones that are available out there. So that's one thing I really like about them is they have very unique plans. And the other thing I really like about them is they have amazing level of customer support, and they have access to a Discord community, which allows you to connect with other traders and talk strategy and other stuff like that. We also have a Discord community that allows you to do the same thing, talk strategy, ask questions, all that. And we're not running a prop firm, so you do have the, a little bit more unbiased opinions in those regards. So link in the description for both those. Each of them will lock in a lifetime discount for you, and it will hook you up with it's Shopee right now. Yeah, each of them will hook you up with some pretty extensive deals on the account, and I personally think each of them are great companies in their own way. I like I said, I like Apex because like if it's all about price, dude, Apex is probably one of the best ones out there. But for organization, coherence of the website and the functionality of the website, and then customer service, I like Elite Trader Funding for that. They're a slight bit more expensive, but I think you get a little bit more with it. So it's just give and take, what like whatever's good for you. Let's go ahead and jump on in back to the markets. The market did pop back up. So that trend reversal down did not happen. Well, it did, but it was minor and short lived. Now we're ripping right on back up, heading up towards 40 again. So we bounced off 32. So that was the area that we marked out as support. We got this nice short here. It's annoying to me that I didn't make that horizontal line. Okay, we're ripping pretty heavily. This is a lot of volume here. So the trend reverse at 830 did not happen. We actually reversed down to about 32, kind of grinded out in that area, and now we're ripping back up. I think that we have opportunity well up to the highs of the day. Of this cup and handle breakout here. There's the cup. We're currently on the handle pullback now. One second, y'all. Okay, so we're currently on the handle pullback on the 1 minute side. I'm gonna switch over to three ticks, and I'm gonna look for an entry here, maybe off 37.50.
Order filled.
All right, we're in long at 37.50 on the cup and handle. Looking for just to pop back up towards 38.50. I'm only going for 3 ticks
Order
on this.
filled.
There we go. We got that trade. So we're up 727.50 on the day. That was a nice trade. I really like that one. This is one of my favorite strategies right here. One of my favorite patterns is the cup and handle, especially if you have the cup and handle on this type of breakout where you have sort of a dip and then you have this sort of like kind of leveling off and then pop up. So this usually looks really good for a nice rip like that. Pretty happy with that trade. I've also been getting better on accessing sort of the understanding really when to ride the wave up and down on the short and whatnot. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that we're gonna come up and test the highs? I feel like I'm like manipulating my chart a whole bunch, like back and forth. I can't seem to get it exactly how I want it. I'm kind of picky, I guess, in regards to like what I'm viewing on the chart. Checking in on the 3 minute side. 3 minute going red on the TTM, but did switch to yellow for that rip. And going back red. New candle also coming in red. Not just the candle itself, but the TTM candle as well. This almost got a downward cross on the 26.12. And then got that bounce off there. So we'll see if this continues. I think we've taken 6 trades today. 7. We've taken 7 trades today. No losses, gratefully. And we paid exactly $60 in fees today. I think we're over 30%. 1366.51 divided by our $3,000 goal. Yeah, we're 45.5% to funding. That's what happened to our 1 minute. I was wondering what happened to that. All right, so we've got these back in order. Waiting on this TTM to load here. There it is. All right, so TTM on the 5 minutes been pretty much on the cool for a while. So what this kind of communicates to me is that we have more sideways action inbound, or still on that trend reversal train. 3 minute is still putting in red and yellow. It's kind of chopping a bit in that little 3 minute pullback and bounce. I would say I wish Tradeovate was a little bit faster in terms of loading up. It's like loading up each individual chart. So when I switch charts, I would like it to be an instant load kind of situation. I don't know if that's something that it could be improved upon with my computer, but I think not necessarily, because even the desktop application is still, I think, web-based. 1 minute pulling back pretty heavily on that little flag there. TTM's at 2.1, flashing a dark blue. Might get a pullback now down to like 32 as that area of support. So it's kind of ranging out. I'm thinking potentially a short right here. Maybe for like 4 ticks. Nine is below 12. I'm tempted to go short here, but it's just not. Something feels off to me, so I don't want to do it yet. I feel like I'm gonna be right, and then I'm just gonna have FOMO, but FOMO is better than loss. So I think it's the 50-200. I think that's what's actually kind of messing with me. But the 50 is below the 200, so it's a yellow candle there. Does this look like ascension to anybody? You're right there. I don't know. Like I said, I felt weird about taking a short right here. Even though like the chart pattern was kind of doing it. I just felt weird about taking it. This is grinded back up some. So maybe we'll reject right here at the 200 moving average, and just below that ascension or that line there. Then again, the line could be placed in a bad position, but it kind of looks like it's right. I don't know. This feels to me like it's going to drop soon, but this support right here kind of makes me not want to take the short. Checking in on the one. The one has the 9 below 12 and cooling off on TTM as well. There's a red hammer candle on that support level. Let's see. Just checking in. What's up, Juan? We do have a fair amount of people chilling today. Make sure you like and subscribe if y'all haven't already. When I looked at the open interest around 9 a.m. in the morning, there was about 125K more put contracts up to $413. Then there was calls, so market moves up to get those out of the money and loses less. I'm just checking in on the comments, see what y'all got to say. You know, I've actually taken trade decisions based off the comments before. Okay, so we did kind of reject right there. Just based off like some of the things that people have said, I'm like, oh, you know what? You're actually right. And so it's to me, I find it useful, you know. I think this is gonna break down, but I'm just gonna throw a little support line here off of 3550. And that's sort of like just in the same area, the 35 zone that's been holding support for a while. The 5200 have diverged pretty heavily, but we're still holding support here. I feel like this is going to drop. There's a drop. I feel like it's gonna drop, honestly. And I think that we're going to pull back down to like 32. All right, here's some of the drop now. I'm going to try to go short off 35. Field. Wait, what? What the hell? I went long. Oh, dude,
Order
what?
Filled.
Okay, well, we just took an accidental loss. I don't know why that did that. Because I literally hit sell. Did I? I'm going to have to go back and watch that. I'm pretty sure that I hit sell. I'm going to have to go back and watch. I was trying to set that up on the chart. That was a very nice trade, or would have been if it went the right direction. Then the direction I intended for it to go was down. So that was just a random loss. That sucks. But you know what? We're still at 581 on the day. In my own personal opinion, I don't think that was a loss. In terms of me being wrong, it's just, I don't know what happened there. So maybe I hit the wrong button. Gosh, did I hit the wrong button? I tried to go short there. That's annoying. Very annoying, actually. So I was going to go short just now off of 35 as well. And I didn't because I felt flustered from what just happened. I'm not flustered from the loss. I'm flustered from what I thought I was going short, and I didn't, I guess. Got up in my psychology, you know what I'm saying? That was crazy, man. All right, joining the ask here.
Order filled.
Okay, we are actually short. I'm looking to get out at 33.50. Gonna take the profit now. So I just took a single tick. Just to make sure, just because it was like kind of floundering there for a while. What I don't want to see is for this to run back up real fast on me. It doesn't look like it's gonna, like, it looks like this is just going to keep going down, but dude, that makes me mad. Like, I'm still mad about it. I'm not mad about the loss. I'm mad about that, like, I legitimately thought that I went short. Oh, well. Let it go. Let it go. We may get another, like, test situation like this, where we kind of pull back up to, like, the 50. So if we get a red to yellow on the 1 minute side, I might take a long. I'm going to have to rewatch that on the stream. I'm sure I just hit the wrong button. There's that charge up that we were kind of seeing on the chart. That's why I was saying if it does a red to yellow, and why I was saying that. I didn't want to get caught in a rip up. It's kind of following this same pattern here. There's a yellow on the 1. Trailing max at 23.52. I'm gonna switch to the 20-second chart here for a second. 20 seconds getting a cyan switch. 9's above 12, which is crossing above the 35 and running into resistance at the 200 moving average. So this 200 moving average could act as pretty strong resistance, but so far the 50 and the 200 have been kind of riding alongside each other, almost running parallel. CTM has 0.9 on cyan. And we've ran back up here to 36.75. I'm going to look at this as resistance here and see if we drop back down. We have reason to believe both directions. So three-minute putting in 2 yellow candles. So that looks good for support. Also, this found support off the EMA 35. CTM's at 1.5. and that's moving up from 1.8 on the 3-minute chart. 1-minute chart, TTM is at 1.5, which is moving up from about 1.8 as well. Pulling back pretty heavily on that one. So did reject off the 200 moving average. But now we're like on approach for a potential 5,200 cross on the upside. So bouncing off the EMA 35. This is really sort of like channeling in this range here. This is one of the things that's kind of dangerous about trading. Is just something like this, where you could literally hit the wrong button and lose like $200 or more. And so really need to be as attentive as you possibly can. ES is up a lot today, man. 1.48%. That's a lot. We're coming up on the 9 o'clock hour. And it does look like we're actually pushing back upward. The longer time frames are giving us also that we're not anywhere close to a downward trend. So I'm going to set a long there for 36.25. Buying below the 200 moving average. So this is a little bit of a risky trade. Pulled back down to, I'm going to try to get out at 36.75, which is just above the 200 moving average. Like I said, there's a little bit of a risky trade. And so I'm probably going to cut it quickly if I have to. Did that just run through my seller? No, it ran to, not through. I'm going to get out of 36.50. Try to anyway.
Order filled.
All right, there it is. It did run through. I think this is going to pop up. Take a look at this on the 1 minute chart, but I'm going to try to be fast. Where's that 200 moving average at? All the way down at 25, and we're at 35, so we still got some time. All right, up 588 on the day. We're on approach on this 5,200 cross. 9 is above 12 and above 26. 35 is getting above 50, so that does look good for some upward move. This rejected a little bit off of 37.25. I think that rejection is going to be a little bit short-lived. So right now we're going from 36 up to 36.75, and 50 moving average at 35.89. Well, the 200 moving average is at 36.57, and they're on approach for an upward cross. Not going to take a trade yet. I'm going to wait for this crossover to get closer or even to take place. 1 second, y'all. I'm going to blow my nose. All right, we back. This could get a little rejection right here. 9's below 12, and we're dropping below the 50 moving average. The TTM is on approach for a red candle. There's a red candle on the TTM. There's a downward cross. I'm hesitant to take the short though. Maybe I shouldn't be. The fresh reds usually produce results. The reason why I was hesitant to take the short is really because the 5200 are on approach to each other. $36.48 and $35.67. Now $35.65 and 47. So these are actually kind of pulling away from each other now at this point. By the way, we do have a reasonable amount of people chilling. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. It does really help the community grow. And also join up in our Discord community, y'all. We'd love to have you there. Don't fight the trend on days like this. And look to go short instead. Look for a pullback and support areas to go long. That is probably good advice. I guess I just feel like we've been kind of like grinding around here up at the top for so long that it just feels like we do have a trend reverse inbound, but it's a ways out. I mean, it's pretty evident that it's a ways out. At least on some of the longer term charts, it looks like it's, a ways out. So I still think that we're probably going to hang out in this bullish area for a while, or at least like above like 35, or like the 33 area. Sort of this like EMA 35 and the EMA 50, I think, are the kind of the lines. Myself, anyway. Looks like the short there was the right move. Up 588 on the day after that accidental trade. Pulling down to 41.33, which has been a support level a couple of times right in this zone here. So we'll see if we get a bounce. Yeah, I was trying to make it happen. Doji at the top. Pull back to 34. Any drop below 34, I would not want to take, but nine's back above 12. We're pulling back some. 35, 18, 36. These are diverged about $1.10. Two times at 0.25. 9's above 12. This doesn't look bad for a move up. I'm gonna put an entry at 35.25 for an
Order
exit
filled.
at 36. So I'm looking for a test of this 200 moving average.
Order filled.
All right. We got that trade. We're up 691.50. So we're almost back to our high of the day, which was like 727. And this is looking good for probably another pop above the 200 moving average. Probably something just like this. So my guess is this was actually quite the range on that 20-second candle. This was all the way down at 35 and all the way up at 36.25. So pretty decent sized range on that. Here's that pop that I mentioned that likely would happen through the 200 moving average. Currently we are about 80 cents apart from the crossover. Let's take a look at what's going on the 1 minute chart. 1 minute's getting a cyan switch. And you saw this had a lot of resistance at like 36.75. We also had resistance at 41.40. Big pullback now. Rejected at 36.50. We're slowly declining in terms of the overall. You can kind of see this slope here. It's really been going since here. So kind of have a flag right there. Like a flag formation, like a longer term one here. What are y'all thoughts? Eagle showing up. The praying mantis and the eagle have long been allies. All right. Let's see where we're at here. So we got this like 1 minute pullback. Here's this little, on this little zone here, this cup and handle. But we're really just forming waveforms at the moment. So likely this will pull back, find support around 35, 33, and then do it again. On approach on the 1 minute chart is the 5200 cross, but you can see these are pretty far apart still. They're still about $8 apart. That sort of divergence, or like you can see that they are converging, but still the distance is a ways off. So I wonder if we'll just continue to chop within this range for a while. And as far as the pullback on the day goes, I still think that after we do pull back, we'll likely pull back to around the VWAP and maybe a little below. But I do think that we're probably going to end green. I should say that the ES will end green on the day. At least that's my thoughts and opinions on it. Currently up 691.50 on the day, about halfway to funding. We're down slightly from what our high of the day was. So we're at 1330.51 out of 3,000. So we're 45.35% to goal. Breaking down some here on the chart. This is pretty much exactly what we expected it to do. That's what we talked about. Probably should have taken the trade. We'll see if it bounces here off this support level that it's been at. A lot of sell orders coming in there. You guys see that? These last two candles had a huge amount of sell orders. The volume's still about 2,000 contracts per minute. By the way, y'all, if y'all have not joined our Discord community, you're definitely going to want to check that out. We have a really amazing group of people in there. We have Pon, we got Tiny, we got myself, we have Kendall, we've got we've got Ed Art, who has earned funding here before. And so, we do have some amazing people in there. We'd love to have you guys in there. Jump in there, get active. We'd love for you to say hi, say what up, talk to us about your strategy. Ask us questions if you have questions about your own strategy or if you have questions about our strategy, any of those things. We're there for you. So I would get the Mantis. Try for a long here. So definitely pulling back pretty heavily off that attempt there, rejecting off the 200 moving average, which was around 36, and pulling back down to 31.50. So breaking below this support level that's held several times. So I haven't been seeing your messages pop up, Pawn. I've only been hearing like badoop badoop. So I didn't know what was going on. To create more upward momentum. 2 minutes in descending wedge. The only reason holding along right now. Sorry to hear you got stopped out, homie. Look at that. Bounce back. From 31.75, bouncing back up to 34. There's been a lot of volume and volatility. There's been a lot of just momentum available in the market the last week or so. And I really kind of appreciate it. It was very challenging for me to adapt back to it. But we had like 4 months where it was just like very dull, with like a couple of days here and there of movement, of like larger movement. But the vast majority of the days for the last like 3-4 months have just been kind of dull, pretty much since January. So like February, March, and April were all kind of dull until about May, and then it's way more going on. A lot more volatility and volume available. It's great. What happened to sell in May and go away? Because there's still plenty of action going on. A double doji down there. This might get a little pop up to like the 35, which is here at 34, 41.34 on the chart. GTM's at 1.1 from the previous was 1.3. Now at 0.9 on that doji. $5,200 have moved away from each other pretty substantially now. They're about $1.60 apart. Getting a lot of like indecision here. I might even say potentially support and resistance right here at 33. But 33, if you remember, that was kind of the resistance, like support and resistance level before anyway. I moved this up because I had it at 32.50, but 33 really is kind of the line there. So we'll see if this finds support again. Be looking for a red and yellow on the 1 minute chart. There's a flash of yellow. We got a double doji even on the 1. We're in between that yellow and red candle. 33 is where the yellow would be at. So it's got to be at like 32.75 or 33. And then I'd be looking for this candle to close yellow. So that's about 30 seconds out before we'll have that information. A double doji at the bottom. That's kind of fascinating. I wonder if we'll just charge back up to this zone right here. Up to like 34.50 area. It looks like we're going to actually. I'm going to try to get in here at...
Order rejected.
I hate that it rejects it, like if you try to enter on the actual...
Order filled.
Okay, so we're in at 33.75. I hate that it rejects it on Tradeovate if you try to get in on the chart where the chart is. That's so weird to me. 34.50 is the intended exit of this trade. In at 33.75. I'm going to jump to the 20-second chart. I want to see what's going down here. This is on a cyan switch. I realize on the 20-second chart, I actually entered at the 35 moving average. So I don't really like that trade. So I'm going to try to get out at 34 and just take a little micro profit on it, which is at the 50 EMA. The reason why I don't like it is the 35 is below the 50. Basically for this exact reason right here.
Order filled.
All right, we did get out on that trade with a little bit of profit. We're up 720 on the day. 34.50 was my original intended exit. The reason why I cut it is because the 35 is below 50, and this 50 moving average here can act as very strong resistance. You can see it here, and it hasn't done it for a lot of the day today, but that doesn't mean that I haven't traded a lot of days where this 50 moving average ends up as really strong resistance on the 20-second chart. You can see right now it's rejecting off of it. So that was why I cut that way and only took that little tiny profit. So this move really was the move from 33 to 34. So it's like a 4 ticker. A lot of the momentum has kind of left the market. And you can see the volume is starting to die off. Which makes sense because we are past 12 on the east side. So it's kind of lunch hour. But once we hit 9:30, so in about 15 minutes or so, we'll likely get a volume surge at that time. On the 1 minute chart, the 50 and 200 have come pretty close together. They're now about 580 apart. I'm gonna say it's closer to $6. I'm just doing mental math. So we're riding along this wedge here. Remember, y'all, like the video, subscribe if y'all feel so inclined. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 10:30. Or no, I'm sorry, we don't do it 7:30 to 10:30. We start at 7:30, which is 10:30 market time, and we go basically till we're at decision fatigue. Essentially, when I feel like I can't really trade anymore, because I've made too many trades, or I'm just like I've made too many decisions, and it's like my brain needs a break. That's usually when I stop. This really does look like it's like slowly breaking down. Is this going to be the new support zone right here? 31.25. We're slowly like stair stepping down almost. It's not really a stair step, but it is. We are slowly grinding down. Now at 31.50, which was the low of this candle here. It's kind of a double bottom. Three-minute charts kind of been selling off. It makes sense that 31.50 is kind of that line of support because that's where the 50 EMA is on the 3-minute chart. So we might get a little bounce here from like 31.50, 32 area up to like 33 something. So it did bounce there off 31 or 30.7. Yeah, 31. Off 31 up to 33. So 8 ticks in the upward direction on the 1-minute chart. And we're kind of just rejecting along the 9 and along the 12 here. These are now diverged about $2 on the 22nd chart. Rejecting again off the 50. So we've had a couple of rejections now off the 50. You can see it struggled in here to break above 50. The 50 EMA, that is. And then rejected here again at the 50 EMA. But yeah, it is kind of looking a little sideways. I think trend reversal is probably going to be up to the downside at around 10:30. It's about an hour and 15 minutes away. That would just be when this crossover happens, really. Or at least that's the thought based off of previous experience without actually doing the math to figure out when. Because we can do the math and figure out when these will cross. Or at least the anticipation of when. Because you never know, there could be that like buyer that drops like 9,000 or like buys like 9,000 contracts or something crazy that just makes it rip. Nice little pop up here to 33.50. 1 minute putting in a yellow candle again. All right, so we're just above the 50 EMA on the 22nd chart. We did just get a cyan switch. We got that doji there. I have temptation to take a long here, but it looks to me like it could just crash back down because it's right at that 50, which was rejected several times. And you can see that this doji happened and then dropped. Here's a doji and a drop, double doji drop, rather. But we got the doji drop and then the double doji drop. I feel like it's a dance. Get the doji drop, the double doji drop. The doji drop, double doji drop, slightly above the VWAP, double doji drop. One second, y'all. All right, we back. Let's see here. We got 5 trend line touches on the downward move. I'm just going to put this message here up on the screen if I can. I'm trying not to have my DMs showing up on the screen there, but here we go. Okay, so boom. All right, so we opened this up in the browser, so we didn't have to. So Pawn was saying, be careful about shorting. So we got 5 touches along this trend line here. I'm assuming you're talking about right here along this dotted line, where we've clearly hit several touches on the day, and so we may actually find support there, and get a nice bounce. Let me know if that's what you're talking about, Pawn. So I actually have the same this sort of cross, almost like a giant bull flag forming here. That was my Seeking Alpha research, researching something. So it almost looks like we have this giant flag on the play. As you can see, if I pull this out, where did I put that on the 1 minute? Yeah, there it is. So where we have this big flag here, and you can see it's actually charging up right there. So it's running into resistance on the 50 moving average. Running into resistance to the 50 moving average on the 1 minute side. Yellow line for the breakthrough. That's the same area that we had right here put in. And there's our little switch, a little trend reverse there. 9's above 12. On approach for a 1226 cross. This is looking really good. I'm going to look for an entry off like 34.75. That might be a little low, but I am going to go for I might go for 7 ticks. Let's take a swing. I'm going to try and enter off 35. It's moving a little faster than I want it to. This is the breakout that we were talking about earlier off this pattern here. I want to see us pull back at least a little bit. I'm trying to get in at 35.75.
Order filled.
All right, we got to enter at 35.75. We got a cyan switch here. We're going for 7 ticks, which would be exit at 37.50. Because we were running into resistance at 38 for a lot of the day. So 37.50 is the intended exit point. Entrance at 35.75. I'm going to take a look at this on the 20-second chart. I want to see what's going on the 5200 cross. So the 20-second chart actually called this out ahead of time right here. So we definitely could have got an entry at like 33.50 or so. Getting some pullback now, but 9 is getting above the 200 moving average. This looks good for a pretty nice rip, which should be inbound. My guess is right about now. Not that direction. I might be late on the trade here. I'm going to join the bid right
Order
here
filled.
off one contract. I'm going to try and just trade this along the way using one contract while our 7 ticker stays. So I've got a one contract trade trying to get out at 36.
Order filled.
All right, we got that trade. Big pullback off that. 36.75 was the peak of that. I'm going to drop down to 37. 37.50 was my original intended exit. I'm dropping down to 37 just because this peaked right here. Like this rip up and rip right back down. So I don't really like that. So I'm going to try and get out at 37. I'm actually just going to cut
Order
it
filled.
and take the profit. So we're up 783 on the day. So this entry was at 35.75. This exit was at 36. So we only got a single tick on that. We definitely could have waited for it to pop a little bit more, but I started getting a little bit nervous in here because this is running into a lot of resistance at 36.75. Whew, that was a mouthful to say, but hey. CTM now at 1.7 on the 1 minute chart. So this was this sort of flag pattern that we had taken a look at. Whoops, didn't mean to move that. I'm trying to extend it. Let's take a look at the 3 minute side. So 3 minute got a nice little pop and pull. Currently a doji on the 3. TTM's at 1.5, moving up from 1.97. So that looks pretty decent, actually. How much time is left in this 3? Only 4 seconds. So we have time to just watch this and see if this, what happens on the next 3 minute candle. So 3 minute, just taking a look at the moving averages here. First off, CTM's at 1.2. Moving average 9 is below 12. On approach for 12.26. I want to see this 9 get above the 12 on the 3 minute chart. That would look very useful. Very helpful. Currently, TTM's at 1.6 and almost on a pullback. Pulling back off that 36.75. Hit that resistance right there at 36.75. So I'm glad I cut this. I wish I had kept it at 36.50, which was the original intended exit. No, actually 37.50 was the original intended exit. Big pullback on that now. Pulling down to 32.50. Now this 33 area has acted as support for a lot of the day. And we're on approach to that 9:30 time of the day, which is usually a pretty voluminous time. An absolutely voluminous time. Nice, dude. 11 ticks. That's a great trade. I wish I had been watching the 20-second chart, honestly, because I would have actually seen it there ahead of time. the lunch chop. Got that lunch chop. Chop you up like a sandwich chop. Terrible raps for the stream. It's always been my rap dream. It's a stream. Just a bunch of playful songs that I make for fun. Breaking down some again. So the TTM called this whole move out on the 20-second chart. So in reality, if we had been watching the 20-second chart, we could have taken a much better trade. But still happy that we, this is our peak of the day. It's the highest that we've reached on the day. And currently we're at 1422 out of 3,000. We're just under 50%. We're up 783 on the day. It did take that like $200 hit from that accidental trade. The one that we tried to go short in. So I've just been looking for a red or yellow on the 20-second chart. The 50 and the 200 are about 80 cents apart. They've struggled to cross back over since they originally got that downward cross. 1 minute is chopping downward. The 200 on the 1 minute is pretty heavy on the approach now. They're only diverged about $3. Now I said about 10:30 would likely be the time that they would cross. That may end up being closer to 10 because they're only $3 apart now. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Almost exactly $3 apart. This found support again off 33. 9 is below 12, so I don't trust this necessarily for a long, especially with that rejection there off 36 area. But we are getting some cyan build up here on the 1 minute chart. Taking a look at the 3 minute chart. Currently at 1.2 on the TTM. And our previous was like 1.4, possibly 1.3. It'd be kind of cool if it would actually print the number above it. I think that'd be kind of useful. Just print the number in the color of the text above it, and then if it's the other direction, it prints below. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if anything like that could be coded, but I think it'd be awesome. So this bounced off the 50 EMA again. You can see this has bounced here several times. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Let me know who gets that Simpsons reference. Can y'all name the episode? It's like a trivia game. Like it's like the end of Pokemon. Name that Simpsons episode. All right, so we're back here right below the line that we had drawn for that wedge. We did find support off of 33, both on the pullback and the pop. Nine is back above 12 on the current candle. Would need for the candle to close with the 9 above the 12 in order to consider going long here. Because right now we're running into resistance at this is on the 1 minute chart. We're actually running into resistance at the 50 moving average now instead of finding support off of it. well, we've been finding support on the 3-minute chart. 1-minute chart is finding resistance on the 50. And the 200 is quickly on approach, closing that gap between the 200 and the 50. We're at 34.31 and 31.65. Let's calculate that. 34.31 minus 31.65. So $2.66. And then in 30 seconds or so, we'll be able to get more info. It's actually at like 34.35 now. So 270 apart. So between like 266 and 270 on the moving average crossover. Here's the new one. It's at 34.36 and 31.76. So 260. So it's actually, you can see the gap is closing about 5 to 6 cents at a time. Let's call it 6 cents or maybe even 7 cents. So we've got 2.6 divided by 0.07. It gives us 37 minutes for this crossover. So roughly 35 to 38 minutes or so for this crossover to take place. Unless we get like a contract dump or something like that. So that puts us at 10 o'clock, like the top of the hour, is where we'll likely see that downward cross happen. This looks like a little bear flag, honestly. By the way, we have quite a few people chilling out today, so I would appreciate if you guys would like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. We're currently up about $800 in trading today in the futures market. So if you guys like content like that, consider subscribing. We do this every day, Monday through Friday at 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern time. So we'd love to have you guys here. We also have an amazing Discord community. There's a link in the description for all that. Also, too, if you guys are trying to earn funding in the futures market, there's also links in the description for that, where you guys will actually get some discounts. It'll be the most heavily discounted that it could possibly be. Some of the ones at like Apex are often like 90% off. There's a link in the description and a coupon code that will hook you guys up with that. This looks like a short here to me. You got the red forming on the TTM on the 1. 9 is below 12. All of it's below the 50, and this kind of looks a little bit like a bear flag. I'm going to watch the 20-second chart to see if we have some opportunity there. We'll go for 2 contracts. Right now, I don't feel comfortable in either direction, long or short. So we got the TTM stacking red, but we're stacking red while going up on the chart. 9 and 12 are. I think this is going to be a rejection on the 9. Maybe not. Like I said, I don't feel comfortable in either direction right now. It's kind of too choppy and sideways. So right now, no trade for me at the moment. So it was a short. I think it rejected up to 35, not the 9. But becoming very choppy. The TTM on the 1 minute side is showing red. And typically we get several reds in a row. The 200 moving average on the 1 minute side has moved up to 32.19. These are $2 diverged now, exactly $2. And so in about 5 seconds, see where we're at. Right now it's at 201. 202. Okay, new candle here. And now we're at 34.14 minus 32.30. Now we're $1.82 apart. So that's 18 cents. So 1.82 divided by 0.818. 10 minutes. So we're 10 minutes for a downward cross, likely. That puts us at like 950. And this is pulling back to 32.75. I think we have room down to about 32. Wow, big rip up. Let's see if that rejects along the 50 EMA. Big rip up there to 34. Might get a rip before we get the dip. Currently up 783 on the day. Kind of trading slowly. Just because I'm trying to actually earn this funding. So. $34.25 was the peak of that one. I think I'm just looking for like one more trade. Nice pop up there. We'll see if we reject off the 200 moving average. You can see this happen several times. Or if this will be a breakout above it. Right now it's leaning towards a quick break on it.
Order filled.
A little bit long here. I was looking for a pop up and not a rejection. I probably gonna need to cut this actually. So I took this long off this 912 cross and that cyan pop up there. So I really don't like this trade. I'm out.
Order filled.
Filled it maybe at the bottom. Now at up 602 on the day. So that was our. We did take one loss, but our first loss was on an accidental entry. So this is technically our second loss on the day, but in my opinion, it's the first real loss of the day. So up 602. Kind of felt like I shouldn't have traded it. I felt a little weird about it. And like I said, I feel like we're on approach for a downward trend. So, in my opinion, pretty bad trade. We bought there at 34.25. We exited there at 32.50. Not even really good risk management on that one either. But gratefully, I did go in with lower contract size, just because I felt kind of inclined to do so. And so I guess here we are. 34.50 minus 32.25. Is that what that was? 225. Oh no, it was 7 ticks to the down. Sometimes I just like to figure out how many ticks I gained or lost. It's kind of useful for me, I guess, just in terms of determining like range and other things like that. Breaking down below the 200 moving average. Honestly, I should have just shorted up here. Makes more sense. That's one of those instances where the 20-second chart can get me in trouble. So kind of pulling up a little bit here. I want to see this pull up a little bit and then reject off the 200 moving average. I'm enjoying the ask right here. Try to get in at 32.50.
Order filled.
All right, we're in short at 32.50, and I'm looking for a move down to 30.75. I might be a little aggressive. Maybe I'll try to get out at 31.75. So a 3 tick. We're in 3 contracts, by the way, and I'm gonna switch this over to 3. It's finding a little bit more support than I want to see, so I'm gonna try to get out of 32. It's on my order, but not filling yet. Trying to get out now a single tick. Just because it like never filled me on that order. That's pretty annoying. $32 still makes sense to me. So I'm going to drop down to 32 and just wait.
Order
There
filled.
we go. We got it. All right, so up 668 on the day. It did end up going down to 31.50, which was around our original order. So that was a rejection off the 9 EMA. So we might start seeing rejections now off the 9. This is our downward trend reversal that we've been waiting on for quite some time. We're probably about 5 minutes out from a actual downward cross. I'm gonna go for 5 ticks and see if I can get an entry at maybe 31.50. Or I said 31.50. I meant 32.25. I don't know why it's a completely different number. Big short down now. That was actually a rejection off the 9 on the 20-second chart. Breaking down ahead of the cross. This was a very nice move to the downside. Wish we were able to get into it. Big rip down now. We might get a big rip back up on the next candle. It's about 20 seconds out. We're going to put a standing short here at 29.75. just to see if we get a rip back up and then a dip down off that. The reason why I did 29.75 instead of 30 is just in case people try to, like, it, just in case 30 has a ton of resistance or something. It's like 29.50. I'm gonna adjust my order to 29.50. Damn, struggling to get in, man. Come on.
Order filled.
All right, we're short at 29.25. It did pop up 29.50. I'm gonna look to get out at 27.25. This looks like it might pop back up before it pops down. Try to get out at 28. I don't really like this short much anymore. Wow. Okay. I probably need to cut this. I know I need to cut this, actually.
Order filled.
Taking another short off of 31.25. Trying to get out at 30.25. That's this is actually a really bad move. So I'm gonna cut this.
Order filled.
We just gave back all of our profits on the day on that one trade. That was horrible. Horrible. Wow. Dang. Now we're up $6 on the day. What the hell? Totally misinterpreted that. Totally read that wrong. It's very disappointed in that. That's shocking. Wow. I guess it's not that shocking, like, really, but it is at the same time. I guess I probably fought the trend of the day, and I did not trade with the trend of the day there. That was very, very bad trade behavior on my behalf. So took what was a really great day and just gave away all of my my profits. That's really too bad. I knew I felt like I should have walked away, and I just didn't. I'm trading a lot longer today than I normally do. That was pretty horrific, honestly. Overtrading, yeah, you called it perfect, man. Overtrading for sure, definitely overtraded today. I did have good profits. Maybe take less contracts after big profits. It does happen to all of us, and you know what? Like I've definitely been prone to overtrading before, and so you're absolutely correct. I totally agree with that. I did overtrade on that particular one. 9 above 12. On approach for a science switch. I also traded against the trend. And my better nature, my intuition was actually even saying, hey, after a big drop like that, you might get a big rip up. So, so I definitely had like warning signs happening and going off in my head. And I don't think I paid enough attention to that as well. But absolutely over trading. That's exactly what that was. So I'm gonna look for something that I really understand. A move like this would literally be my exact trade strategy right here, and even that, like I went against my own trade strategy as well. So yeah, sometimes it happens. Happens to everybody. Nice rip up here. Trailing max is now at 1644. Since we gave a lot of that back. At least we're still green on the day, but not very good. So 9 above 12. We're breaking above that 200 moving average again. Pull back to like 34, I think looks pretty decent. Of this tiny little ascending wedge here. Maybe 34 and a quarter. 5,200 are on approach on the upside on the 20-second chart. I find in the 20-second chart accuracy on the 5,200 to be pretty good. There's that ascending wedge on the 20-second chart. I want to see a pullback to like 34 and a quarter. Nine moving average is at like 35 and a quarter. This was a really nice move from 34 up to 35, 36 area. I also was very much expecting the trend breakdown with the 5,200 here. There's an ascending wedge right there. Still think 3450 is the pullback zone. Just didn't do it though. 50 and 200 are like right on top of each other on this ascending little wedge here. Getting some divergence now. Let's try to take an entry off of 36. Actually, I might cut that. I feel like we're going to get a pop here soon. I want to see a pullback first before getting in. Like, honestly, I really want to see a pullback to like 35.50 or like 36 area. It just doesn't seem to be happening. That actually was a flag. But I think 35 and a quarter, 36 area just seemed like the right entry. I guess I'm hemming and hawing now. Only up to 38. Wow. That was quite the reversal. Yeah, I have to make sure that I don't revenge trade, and I actually had that in mind when I was looking to take this next one, is to make sure that I'm not revenge trading, and I think that's why I'm hesitating, why I hesitated on this move here, is because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't revenge trading. Here's the pullback that I finally was looking for.
Order filled.
Entered long off 37. My intended exit there is at 38 and a quarter, but I actually think that's too aggressive. I'm going to try to get out at 37.50, which is just a 2-tick scalp.
Order filled.
All right, we got that trade. We're up 72 bucks on the day. Obviously, it's not as good as 783 or whatever it was. But you know, sometimes you just end up giving back too much. I also I traded too large on that trade as well. We're up here at 10 o'clock hour. 5,200 on the cross and the uptrend. So we may actually get a test of the highs here. I wonder. A lot of resistance at 38. 38's been a heavy resistance zone today. I think that we might break out through it though. I want to take a look at the 1-minute chart. So that was just like that little 2-minute pullback. This actually looks pretty good.
Order filled.
In long on 37.75. It might be a little too extended here from the 9. I think we might come up and test 40 though. Doji at the top on that. I'm gonna drop down to 38, try and get a better entry because I actually think that we might drop here a little bit. So if I take a little micro profit and then was hoping to enter on a pullback. $38.25 is a little high there. And 38 is resistance. And really, we did enter off resistance there. I can tell I'm starting to chase. So I probably should walk away on the day. I did have good profits and gave all of it back on that one trade. And I can tell that I'm starting to chase trades now. I can feel like the fatigue beginning to set in. So I'm going to look for my exit point on this and then probably walk away on the day. So my exit intended right now is just 38, which is just one tick up from where we're at. $37.75 acting as like way too much resistance here. Come on. It always irks me, man, when it just keeps coming up to my entry level and not breaking through it. Volume is declining on the day too. Our average volume is at 2092, and we're currently putting in about 1,300 contracts here with the doji on the back end on the upside of that flag. 37.75 is just not wanting to break.
Order filled.
Finally. Not a good trade, in my opinion, but there was a really nice bounce there off the 9 moving average. That's why you saw me hovering around the joint bid. And there's the breakout. I can tell that I'm actually at decision fatigue though, because I'm getting in too early. My exits are kind of weak. And so yeah, I think that stepping out for lunch is probably one of the best things I could do. And just refuel the tank. But still $100 day at the moment. Obviously, $100 is not as exciting as 783. But hey, you know, green is good, and that's what we're at. So let's take a look. Still, 37.75 is acting as pretty heavy support there, or resistance. I'm sorry. The 3-minute though is looking really nice in terms of this this upward move. 5 minutes probably looking just as nice. Oh, we're actually about to get a 5-minute cyan switch. Oh, this is looking really good for an upward move on the 5-minute chart. You can see 5-minute is on approach on cyan switch. There's a ascending wedge there on the 5, but it's a little too early to call it that. So it could end up being a flag. 9 is above 12 and on approach for a 1226 crossover. I'm going to jump back to the 1. It's on 3 contracts. Go for 5 ticks. 37.50 was a nice entry point. This is getting a 5-minute breakout. 5-minute chart has 30 seconds left on it. I'm going to watch this 5-minute chart. 37.50 was really a nice entry zone. That looks like an ascending wedge on the 5. What do you think about that pawn? I'm asking you directly because I know that you talk a lot about the ascending wedge, and so it's kind of a newer pattern for me. So I'm just curious your thoughts on that. CCM at 1.2 on the upside, 9 and 12 and 26 crossing. In a standing order here on the 9 moving average on the 3-minute chart, I'm actually going to bump it to 36.50, one tick up. The entry really was off 37.50 off the doji. See if that option is still available. Kind of looks like it is. Be a bounce off the 9. I don't know. This looks a little. So this is actually getting a 5,200 cross on the 1-minute side too.
Order filled.
Doing the bid off 39. I'm going to look for a move up to 39.75, which would be that rejection of that 40 area.
Order filled. Order filled.
Still in this. Lowering my exit to 39.25. 39.75 is my original exit, original intention anyway. This said my entry was at 39, so, but the Dom kind of messed up and said I was at 38.75 because I took that single tick trade. It's kind of pulling back some. Our entrance was just too high. I don't think that we waited long enough for this.
Order filled. Order filled.
Just taking little small trades along the way to kind of help out on this one. Just need a slight push up, like very slight. 39 acting as really tough resistance. So it tapped our sell order, but never filled. And now this doesn't look very good. I think I need to cut this. It's not really looking like a very good trade. I should have got out right here on that break even. I think we need to stay above this 50 EMA in order for this to actually be a reasonable trade. And we also need this red to yellow move. We'll see if this bounces here. It looks like it might, but it's still sketchy at the moment. I'm going to take a look at this on the 1 minute chart. 1 minute's on the cool. Yeah, definitely. Like, we can get out of break even. I think I'll be happy with that. You can see buyers step in here on this particular candle. I want this one to close at like 38.50 and above.
Order filled.
All right, we got $39 on that. We're up 135.50 on the day. Rebuilding. That was a really bad trade. Personally, like I don't like that trade at all. Looks like 39 and a quarter, 39.50 would have worked out, but that was a really poor trade on my behalf, in my opinion. More bullish. Yeah, I do think that we have room up to 39, like, or 41.40. Like, I actually think that we will test that area, but it's just a matter of when and will. Like, I think that the 1 minute needs to begin to turn back around, because 1 minute's kind of flattening out. You see momentum's flattened. We did get that 5,200 cross back up. Trailing max is at 1773. And accounts at 744.50 or 774.51. Sorry, sometimes the visual impairment gets to me. If y'all didn't know, if you're new here, I do have a visual impairment. So I trade through that every day. And it's caused from brain injury from a point in my life in 2016 where I went over 40 minutes without oxygen. It's kind of an insane time. Let's see. We got a doji here. TTM's kind of leveling off. 3 minute looking good. 3 minutes at 4.6. It feels to me like this almost like has ran out of steam up here, this area. And really, like, if you look at the TTM, a lot of times it doesn't really have moves like this most of the time. So it's it kind of feels to me as if the momentum might be a little worn out now at this point. Five-minute TTM's at 3.0. And currently at 39 and a quarter. Trading for a very long time today. This is far more than I normally trade. Like far longer than I normally do. I'm normally done by about 9:30. So we've been trading for about an hour and a half longer than we normally trade for. I'm a bit miffed that I overtraded earlier. I did kind of recalibrate and I feel better now. But I am pretty miffed that I overtraded like that. I try not to I try to make sure that no matter what, I'm maintaining my psychological integrity. I think that's the most important thing when it comes to trading, because I think, like, no matter how calm of a person that you are, trading in a lot of ways is very much about listening to your mind and your body, and your intuition, and also like being able to control your not have emotions, but to be able to control or understand and interpret the emotions that you're currently experiencing. I think that's really important. I think we might get a move back down to around 37 area soonish, potentially. Unless this just stacks up, which it looks like it is. Never mind. To me, like, it still seems like it needs to pull back. 1 minute though did have its pullback on TTM. TTM's at 0.2. It's a little easier to see like that. I wish it would like just stay however I zoom in or zoom out on it. I'm watching the TTM now. We might get a red candle soon. Maybe a pullback to about 36.50 or 37 area. I think 3 minute TTM is going to start cooling soon. 3 minute candle has 45 seconds left on it. TTM's at 4.8 from 4.6. This also looks like about 36 to me, 35.50 area. So I think pulling back to like 36 or 35.50 zone seems pretty reasonable. 5 minutes still on the ascension. Kind of an interesting day. Definitely a little all over the board for me. There was a lot of growth throughout the first half of the day, and took pretty heavy loss actually earlier, and then we're coming back from that. So, and that's where we're at the moment. Let's see. Very sideways now. Range between 38 and a quarter and 39.50. Or if we're going to actually break 39.75. We've tapped it 3 times on the 20-second chart. Looks like we're breaking above it. There's the rip above 40. Are we going to come up test highs? Really looks like we're going to. I'm going to try to take 2 contracts off 40 and a quarter. I think I'm a little low on the entry.
Order filled.
In 2 contracts at 40 and a quarter. I'm going to try to get out at 41. High of the day is 41.75. I think we're going to come up and test highs.
Order filled.
All right, we got the 2 contract trade. That puts us back up 204.50 on the day. Yeah, not looking at every time I get a trade, I'm like, okay, now we're back up 204, but we were at 783, and I'm like, what's the difference in that? And I'm like trying to do the math. I'm like, yo, that's not the point. The point is to be green on the day. It's okay to take some losses. Obviously, I need to work on risk management more so. Currently, the accuracy on the day is 74%. 5 losing trades and 20 winning trades, 2 break evens, for a total of 27 trades. Nice pop there. Pulling back a little bit. I think that we might bounce here off of 40. There's the bounce off 40. I was not fast enough for it. Okay, so TTM on the 1 minute side is now actually looking good. Nice bounce off of 40. I just missed it. That's all. Fortunately. Kudos to you if you got that. I think, like I said, I think this is going to test highs. I was actually going to try and take that rip right there, the high. Little extended now. I think a pullback to this 9 moving average. It's like 41.41. Hopefully we don't just sell off super crazy up here. Because this is the high of the day. And it's breaking our previous high of 41.75. So now we're up here at 42.25. And I think we still got room. TTM's only at 1.6. So do we have room up to 45, I wonder? The VWAP has moved all the way up to 41.70. TTM's been petering at around 5 points. Petering meaning flattening or leveling off. However you want to say it.
Order filled.
Join the bid, long off 41. I'm looking for a move up to 42. I might go for 41.75 actually. I'm going to go for 41.50.
Order filled.
2 ticks off 3 contracts. Puts us up 270.50 on the day. Trailing max is at 1908. And we're about 30-something% to goal. 909. 51 out of 3,000. So about 30% to goal. Our highest was about 45% to goal. Looks like 40.75 or 42 was would have been a nice trade. So new high there at 42.50. Do we have room up to 45? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do we have room up to 45? The way the light just caught my phone, I thought there was a crack in it. I was like, are you for real? Let me know in the comments, do you guys think that we have room up to 41, 45? I really want to know your guys' thoughts. And if so, let us know why. Why do you think that? Switching out to the 5-minute chart. And I'm trying to zoom out here for quite some distance. Say 41.50 has been a pretty tough line in the sand. $42.50 is the new high. TTM on the 3-minute chart at 6.3. That's kind of extended. I don't know. Feels extended to me up here, but we'll see. CTM at 2.6 on the 1 minute chart. Popping up new high there at 43. So currently up 270.50 on the day after that loss. New high up there at 43.50, up from 42.50. Like I said, do we have room to 45? I think that we might have room to 45. I am really hungry. I want some teriyaki or something. I would not mind a pullback to like 41 or 40. Really just like a pullback to like this zone here. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. Looks like this is acting as the high now, 43.75, high of the day, new high on the day, I should say. New high on the day, I should say. Yay. CTM cooling off now at 0.59. I think I'm probably going to walk away from the day. I'm grateful to be green, especially after giving back so much in profit on the day. So I think I'm going to walk away, but I'm hungry, getting decision fatigue at this point. I think it's time for me to be done. So much love and appreciation, y'all. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here today. We did have a pretty decent sized audience today, and I want to thank you guys for that. Jump up in our Discord community. I'm going to put my reflection and my results on the day there and some of my thoughts on the overtrading that I did on the drop. So yeah, so much love and appreciation, guys. Check out Apex Trading or Elite Trader Funding if you guys want to earn funding in the futures market. Links and coupon codes in the description, along with the Discord community. Much love and appreciation, y'all. We'll see you on Monday, actually, at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern time. And we'll see what's going on with the markets then. Peace out, y'all.